So right now, we've done the image tag. So we are going to look at the difference between these two SLCs. So this SLC and this particular SLC. This particular SLC, we downloaded the image, and this image is in our folder tag. It's in our folder. But this particular is not in our folder. We have to copy the word link address. So let's go to MDN docs. So I'm going to include this in the description. If you can't find it, I'm going to include this in the description of this video. So if you look at, we have the absolute URL in which we use to embed image. We also have the path. And there are two ways in which you can use reference that. So if you look at this place, this particular image is in the same directory, and that is the same as this. The image we have here is in the same directory as our what? Our folder. This first image.jpg is in the same directory as our what? Folder. Why this particular one is in another domain, another website? So we'll call this absolute, I will call this reference. So let me put a comment so that you guys will be able to understand. So we are going to put the absolute reference, sorry, so people can understand this. We are going to call it relative part, relative part, and we're going to call the second one the absolute part. So it's good for developers to read the MDN docs because it adds useful documentation about HTML and CSS. Oh, I made a mistake here. Absolute, LUT. So we have the relative and the absolute tag. But the other relative part, which is in different directory, this particular one is in different subdirectory. We are going to practice this. So let's assume that in this particular place, I create a folder of image. So let's create a folder of image, img. So I name this img and put the inside this particular folder. So let me push this image inside this folder. So this image is in the folder, and go back to our web page. Let's open our live server. Let me open the live server again so people can see. So if you look at that, image is no longer there. What we are always seeing is the auth attribute, a picture of someone programming, and that is because we've removed the parts in which the system, the HTML language you understand. So what we are going to do right now is to include that particular part. So let me erase this and include that part. And the way to include that part is by putting the dashed line and put image, first image. So you press Ctrl S. Yep. So right now it has shown immediately. So you've seen it. So what we did is by putting the word period and slash what image, so it shows automatically. So that's the best practice of what, including the what image tag. That is the what good practice of what, including the what image tag. So the next tag they are going to look at is the list tag. So we are going to look at the list tag. So let's create the comment of list. So we are going to name list tag. So we have the opening tag and the close ordered list and unordered list. So we are going to look at the ordered list and see how the ordered list looks like on our PC. Let's create a breakout tag here to differentiate a lot from our browser, so we won't make a mistake. The BR. So right here is where we are going to begin. So we are going to look at the ordered list. So open the OL and press tab, then create UL by pressing tab. So let's name this rice. Let's name this rice. Create another UL, beans, and let's create another UL. Li, sorry, it was a mistake. So we're going to change all this to Li. So Li, rice, Li, beans. I'm going to change Li, egg, Li, yam. So Ctrl S and let's scroll down. So you can see the ordered list. It gives us number automatically. It's numbered this accordingly. From the first, we have the rice, we have the beans, we have the egg and the yam. So let's look at the other type of tag, which is called ordered list. So in creating an ordered list tag, we have to include UL. So type UL. So let me just create a P tag, a H1 tag here. So to differentiate and name this on ordered list, on ordered list, on ordered list. So inside this UL, we are going to create an Li tag, Li. So let's name this phones. So let's name this Samsung, Li. So iPhone. And the next one I want us to name is Techno. So the other Li I want us to create is LG. LG also have a phone. I press Ctrl S. So we are going to see the difference. So you can look at, we have Samsung, iPhone, it's just the bullet point. So they just create bullet point for us. It creates what? Bullet points for us. So this example of what? List tag. We have the unordered list and the what? Ordered list tag. So the next tag I want us to take a good look at is the table tag. The table tag is also a tag in which we use to create table in HTML. So let's give an heading of table practice. So right away, we're gonna press table and press tab. So every table tag have a what? Table role and TD. So the first thing I'm going to do is to create a TR and include some TDs. So I'll create another TR. So let's include some information here, TD. So let's give it different varieties of things, books, TD, shoes. So create another TD, cups. So let's come inside this TD, TD, laptop. So let's create another TD, televisions, and let's create another TD of USB, and save. So look at our table. So we have a table. For the best part of this, let's include a border to this table. So let's include a border to this table, border 2, and press Ctrl F. So we can include a border. It's going to create a border for us. So we can say our table, it's having a word border around it. Than before, it was looking messy and not okay, right? But right now it's looking good. So if we remove the border, let's remove the border. You've seen it, it's looking messy. But let's put the border right away and include 2 as the border, or 1. So we're seeing the border. That's how it works. So the next tag I want us to look at is semantic tag. So we've done pretty enough of the essential tags, and we are going to look at the semantic tag. So first thing first I want us to do is to create another index.html file. So I want us to create another index.html file right away from here. So let's create a new file here. So I'm going to name this blog.html, blog.html, HTML, and press enter. So right away in this tag, I'm going to include automatically. I press tab. So in this tag, right away, I'm going to create a link tag here. So the anchor tag, that's also called the link tag. So this particular tag right now is to create link on a web page. So at first, let's go and copy this particular link of the MDN docs. So I'm on MDN docs website right away. So I'm going to copy this link. So I've copied this link. I'm going to paste it now. What text editor in this place, in this HRF. So I'm going to paste this. So I'm going to put Ctrl V, and here I'm going to include some text and type link to MDN web doc website. So I don't know why my live server has been stopping. So we are going to see this particular text here, link to what MDN web doc website. When I click this link, we are going to go to the website automatically. So you've seen it. When you go back, we are going to go back to our page where we create an introduction to what web development. So right now, I want us to be able to go to a different, it's to open another tab. So if you want this to open another tab, the best practice is by using the target blank. So we are going to just include the target blank by this side. So in this particular place, we're just going to include the target, and that target we're going to put underscore blank. So this is going to open another browser instead of opening that particular page on the web browser. And this is what we call the absolute. So we're going to press Ctrl S, press Ctrl S, and press Ctrl S, and open the live server. So when you look at, so let's go back to the link. Automatically it opening. Look at it opens in another web. So look at it opens in another web. This is our particular page that we're working on before, and there's the new page. So if you go back to this place and remove this target blank, we are going to look at difference. So let's remove this target blank, save, and go back to our page. Let's go back to our web page. Let's go back to our web page. Let me cancel this and go to this particular place and open it. So it opens it on that particular web page. So we'll have to go back right now. So you've seen the difference between the target and the normal link. So right now, the next thing we are going to look at now are semantic tags in HTML. So right now, we are going to create some few things here to understand. So let's have an header tag at first. So I'm going to create an H1. So H1. So let's create an H1 and name this, and let's name this H1 blog website. Blog website. So in this blog website, we're going to have an article. So we are going to have an article. So in this article, so let's create an article tag. First article. So in this article, we're going to have a p tag, and inside that p tag we're going to have lorem. So press tab. So the next one again, we're going to have another article. We're going to have a p tag and press lorem, press tab, Control S. So let's have another article tag. So we're going to have another article. We're going to have a p tag, lorem, tab. So let's look at this web browser. Let's look at this. So open with live server. So these are the information that we included on this web. So these are the information we included on this our web page. So right now I want us to include some other few informations. To this particular web page. So let's copy this lorem and paste it three times inside this particular code. So Control C, and let's paste it here 3 times. Control V. So let's paste here. Control V. So come here again. Control V. Control S. So let's go back to our web page and see. Yeah. So this is enough. So what we're going to include is we're going to include a button. So let's include a button after every article. So let's create a button here. So button tag, button. So let's name this read more. So let's come again after this, a button, and name it read more. So this is the button tag, and let's come to this place also and create a button of what read more, and save. So let's go to our web browser and see. So we have a button immediately. So this is a button, and this is a button. So let's add little styling, just a few CSS. We're not doing a lot of CSS. I said it's just few knowledge of CSS we are going to be practicing on this page. So we are looking at semantic tags. So this particular tag now has a meaning. So for us to understand, let's go to MDN docs. So let me open a new tab so we can understand semantic tag, MDN docs. So let's open. So look at it. Semantic doc tags. So we have different semantic tags. A lot of semantic tags. So you look at, we have the article that we used now. We have the header. We use the header. So we use 2 of those semantic tags. So you've seen that. So those are the semantic tags that we have. Then yeah. So I'll include the description to you to know also the semantics that are being used. So we use the article and the word header tag. So right now let's add styling to this particular place. So the first thing first I want us to do is to style the H1. So style up H1. So in this head tag, I'm going to create this title. After this title, I'm going to open a style. So let's put style. Press tab. So in this style, I'm going to put H header, curly brace. I'm going to put background color of black. Control S. So let's go to our web browser. Everything is black on that particular place. So to make the text visible, because there's an H1 here, so to make the text visible, I'm going to put color of white. So our text right now will be visible. is visible. So what I'm now going to do right now is to align our text. So I'm going to align this text. So let's do align text, align text align, sorry, text align, text align, text align, center. So it moves automatically to the center. So it moves to the center, blog website. So right now, let's style our article. Let's style our articles. So let's have an article. Open curly brace, text align, center. So everything is going to be at the center. Everything is going to look compatible at the center. Every of our content is going to be at the center. So you've seen the difference. Everything is at the center. Everything is at the center here. Everything is at the center here. So let me add some little things to it. Padding. Let's add some padding. So padding of 20 pixels top and bottom, 30 pixels left and right. So let's look at that on our break. So we've added some padding. So if you look at, it gives some different listing. So let's style our button. So let our buttons be red. So we're gonna create some styling to the button. So we're gonna put button. Background color of aqua. This is aqua. So we have aqua for the styling of our button. So this is it. So what I want us to do right away is to include the link to this particular blog website we've created in our first listing. So to reference this, we're going to come to this place and create a link. So let's create a link above. Let's create a link above. Let's create a link above. So let's create a link here. So let's have the A tag. Because I said this A tag is for link. So to this, we're gonna put blog dot html. So we're gonna put link visit blog website and press Ctrl S. So once we go to this place, we're going to see it. So once we click here, it takes us to this website. So it opens this website for us. So let's include a good practice that we've also done. So it opens it on another tab. Let's include the target of what's blank. So it opens it on another tab. So we have the target underscore blank. Press Ctrl S. So let's also create a link here in this other block tag. So let's create a link. So the link we are creating here should be beneath under this article tag. So have the A tag and let's create to index.html. So the content I want us to include here is link to introduction to web development, and press Ctrl S. So let's include target blank here also. So target, no need. So let's just save and come back to our web browser. So let's click this. It opens another web browser, right? And let's go back. It takes us back to our what? Main page. So this is how it is. And I hope you guys understand everything we've done in this video. I want you guys to subscribe to this YouTube channel, give it a thumbs up, and also share this particular video to every beginner who was trying to learn how to code, and watch out for more content on this channel.